今回は現地放送局による山本由伸投手の特集をお届けします。サイヤング賞候補にも選出された由伸投手を現地ではどのように評価しているのでしょうか。現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, what does he have for an encore?
Good luck trying to eliminate one of these pitches.
Curve gets him swinging, and it is strike three, 97 at the knees. And how about that from Yamamoto? Nobody out, nobody scores.
He's in rhythm, and there's no stress.
Curve gets him to wave and miss. He got him swinging. He strikes out the side in the eighth. Yamamoto is an out away. Yamamoto, World Series mastery. Complete and utter dominance yet again.
That's World Series MVP Yoshinobu Yamamoto to you. And on Wednesday, we'll find out where he fares in the Cy Young discussion. In that conversation with Paul Skeens, the heavy favorite, and Christopher Sanchez, the spectacular lefty for the Phillies. But Yoshinobu Yamamoto writes his name and announces his presence to the world, not just the United States, but to Canada and Japan, and showing everybody that the contract was well worth it, because what we saw in that World Series, Al, we may never see it again. We talked during the meeting, to come out and do what he did shortly after what he did in Game 6. You know how hard that is, and this guy was just a hero, and he basically won them the series.
Greg, I want you to look at Game 6 and look at the bottom there. What is it? What does it say? How many pitches?
That's 96 pitches.
All right, the very next night, what do you see down the bottom?
34 pitches.
That is crazy. That's what that is. Having pitched and being an old geezer now, but I remember how sore I was after I pitched. So I just want to drill down. There's great numbers. This guy has been unbelievable. His split finger is awesome. His fastball is plus. He's got a curveball and a cutter and all sorts of stuff. But I marvel at what he was able to do, even in that snapshot. And I know he had a nice season, 173 innings, etc. He does, I drill down on this stuff. You know, like the pitching ninja and all this other stuff. I watch these videos, right? And I believe in it because we get a lot of elbow injuries. He's got a javelin. He throws a javelin, part of his exercise routine. And stretching and yoga and like crazy stuff. I mean, I know it's a copycat world that we live in. Like, oh, it works for him. Let me try that. I don't know if you could do that, Jake. I used to do yoga, by the way. Best shape I was ever in with the Marlins was yoga. But this right here, like, I watch this. I'm like, what is it? Why? What is that? But there's some mechanism to the kinetic chain, et cetera, et cetera. I won't get super deep on you, but he's doing things. I'll even go back. 2 years ago, I was in Surprise, Arizona. He was pitching against the Rangers. He does a long toss. Now, normally we were taught to like crow hop, step and throw and get your body into it and take your energy. He picks his leg up and throws it like 100 yards with like nothing. Like there's some other stuff going on with this guy.
He's 5'11". $176. Like, that is what I love even more so because, look,
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot, 6'1" maybe, but not a big guy, and it doesn't matter. My teammate Greg Maddux might have been the best ever to put him on. He was my size. I'm just making a reference of anybody out there that wants to know, yes, we like you big and tall and leverage. All kinds and shapes are great at this game, and he is. And look, let me just read you some numbers of Yamamoto over the last 2 years in the playoffs. He started 10 games, Al. The Los Angeles Dodgers have won 9 of those 10. He's 7-1 with a 2.25. This year was 5-1 with a 1.45. You know what he did in the LCS to take him to the World Series? Through 2 complete games. No problems, Dave Roberts in bullpen. I got you. You know what he did in the World Series? Game 2, complete game. I got this. Win, boys. It's win day. Yamamoto is a winner. You spoke on what he did in Game 6 and 7, kept their season alive, then single-handedly won them a World Series. In 2 years over here, this guy has showed us absolutely why we gave him the money. I love what you're talking about of there's just a lot of different ways and weapons now to get good. Speaking of weapons, he's got as many as you ever want. But look, when you talk about having the weapons and being as connected as he is in his training regimen and stuff, but when you have that kind of guts,
Jake, I want to ask you this.
Favorite pitcher in the league, just off what he did.
I don't know how much more time we have, but here, we're in a league now. We watch this. 100 pitches, the fire bells go off, guys running in the bullpen, warming up. And then I know this might be an aberration. I don't know what happens next year. When you pitched 5 days, 4 days, 6 days?
You needed that 24 hours to get, like, we threw in our day 2 And day two, you were still sore and had to work through a little bit.
Side day.
That's right. It would be a side day. To get up the next day and work through what you would have to work through and get your arm going, and then to throw more innings than anybody that the Dodgers had in Game 7?
No.
Do more innings than Ohtani that started the game.
My parting shot, real quick. 173 2/3 innings. This staff, Ohtani, Glasnow, Snell, Kershaw, he exceeded them in innings. Second on that team, second on that staff in innings pitched, Dustin May, and he was gone for the last 2 months after they traded him to the Red Sox, so he posted in the regular season as well. Yamamoto is not the only ace that could hear his name called on Wednesday.
いかがだったでしょうか。まさに真のエースにふさわしい今シーズンでしたね。本チャンネルでは今週から始まる表彰ラッシュもタイムリーにお届けしていきます。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。